Liverpool, of course, are perfect, and boy, do they love leaving it late at the moment. That 95th minute penalty from Mo Salah proving to be the difference between them and Burnley. 4 wins out of 4. Yet when it comes to entertainment, maybe we're not getting quite from Liverpool what we were expecting. Mark Ogden is with us. The boys talked about this yesterday, and I'm intrigued to get your view, because I think maybe former players look at it different than fans. If you think back 12 months, Mo Salah was arguably the best player in the world. You know, when Liverpool went to Old Trafford, beat Man United 3-0, he was fantastic. He just started the season so brilliantly, and I feel that he has trended down. As the season went on, obviously the game against PSG, those 2 legs, he was anonymous. He started this season. I know he's got 2 goals, but has he really contributed, as you would expect, your best paid player to play?
No, not yet.
How much time do you give him? How much is his presence on the pitch an influence that maybe we don't quite understand?
Well, you're not going to... Look, are we having a conversation here about dropping Mo Salah?
I think I'm just asking, why is he not delivering what he used to?
Well,
why have we seen this
There's this... Shall I get the terminology right?
Tell me. Father Time?
Father Time.
OK.
Mother Nature.
Yes.
As I say. It's always wrong. Everything I say in this show is wrong.
Yes.
You lost me at 360.
I was correct. So you have... It's only been 6 months, so that's not really a factor. But, you know, these things start creeping in. He's got his big new contract. Doesn't seem to me to be a player who loses his desire because he's got a squillion dollars in the bank. I think it's more... If it was just about that, he'd have gone to Saudi Arabia. So it's about success for him. It's about goals. It's about the team winning. It's about the big trophies, the Champions League and all these. But there is this thing that affects every player, not just confidence, affects every player, called form. And you don't know when it's coming and you don't know when it's going. And sometimes when you're out of form, it's hard to find it. And sometimes you're on the training ground and you put an extra half an hour or an extra hour in, or you come in early and you go in the gym because you're trying to find something to get back in your groove. And what Mo Salah has shown over the piece, that when he has lost form, he's found something to get back in the groove and scored big, huge, important goals. The question will be, and we've had this, which is slightly subsided by the signings of Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike, is that when this happens, and it happens to everybody, are others going to be able to step up and bridge the gap of his magnificent record? And I think the answer is, with the signings, it should be. I can't answer you if this fall-off at the moment is going to be a 10-month, a 6-month, a 3-month, or he's going to shrug it off. We just don't know that. But what we do know, he's not looking as sharp as he was. And, you know, he's shown before that he can get back to this big game player. But as every year goes by and every season goes by, it does become more and more difficult. It's as simple as that.
I can imagine Liverpool fans going, "You idiot, Thomas. He scored the winning goal. He's the reason they got the 3 points. He was the one who stepped up and took the penalty." For those big moments, is the kind of the risk worth the reward if he's not doing enough during the 90 minutes?
But we've had this conversation about Mo Salah before. And you only have to watch a Liverpool game with Stevie Nicol to kind of know how frustrating Mo Salah can be for 89 minutes. Whether he scores...
Well, they're both frustrating.
Well, yeah, whether he scores in the first or the 90th. That's who Mo Salah has been from time to time. There have been moments where he's been simply brilliant throughout, but there's been others where it's been frustrating, but still, come the moment, steps up the man. And that for me is no different. And while a lot of the focus has been on the likes of Wirtz and Ekitike and Isak, who is still to come, Mo Salah is also playing in a new front three and trying to get that understanding as well. Now, I'm less concerned...
With a new fullback behind him.
With a new fullback. So I'm less concerned about Mo Salah figuring that out than I am about so many other, not just players in Liverpool, but so many other teams in the league. And the cushion to all of this is, while Liverpool have been decidedly average by their own standards, they are perfect.
Sure.
And that gives you a platform to at least build on. Had Liverpool lost those 4 games, and let's be honest, they've not been great, But now all of a sudden there are a lot more questions about Arne Slot. There's a lot more questions about the signings and how you turn that around. While you're winning games, while you're picking up points, it's great that you can figure those parts out without really any sense of panic. And that's where Liverpool are right now. Not playing well, they know that as much as anyone, but you also know that they're going to get it right.
Oggy, what do you think?
Well, throughout the last 2 or 3 months of the season, Salah did stop scoring a little bit. I think maybe at January, February time, he was on course to break Erling Haaland's record for most goals in a season on 36. I think he was maybe 7 short, and he didn't do it. So he did slow down a little bit. And obviously, he's 33 now. Clearly, he's got the African Cup of Nations coming as well this season. So whether he's kind of trying to pace himself because he knows he's got a difficult summer, but Salah's one of the cleverest players I've ever seen, and I don't think it's insignificant that both his goals this season have come in at the last kick of the game. It basically conserves his energy and glides through games the first 60, 70 minutes. And he knows that it becomes important towards the end of the game when he gets more space or he can create an assist. And I think he probably knows himself that by bringing in Isak, by bringing in Ekitike and by bringing in Wirtz, that Liverpool are planning for a future without him. So I think all of it comes together that maybe he's not going to be the guy that scores 25, 30 goals a season anymore, but he will still score, as Craig says, the big important games. If you need a guy to score a winning goal in the Champions League quarter-final second leg, it's going to be Mo Salah. But maybe he's evolving his game to get more out of himself. And I think, why did Liverpool give him a 2-year contract in the summer? Well, they couldn't afford to let him go as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold. They had to keep Mo Salah, but they've kept him and they've also built for life after Mo Salah as well. And I think at the minute we're just kind of seeing the in-between of that. But I would never write off Mo Salah. I think he's up there with Thierry Henry and Eric Cantona and Cristiano Ronaldo as the best player the Premier League's ever seen.
It's not a bad trait to have, though, isn't it? That we just saw that graphic there. When you're not playing well, Shaka touched on it. It is winning games late. Just keep grinding away.
Yes, yeah.
It's what wins you leagues.
And psychologically for the opponents, I imagine, like you came up against that Manchester United side who are renowned with Fergie time. Things. It's in your head.
You had that game at Newcastle. He brings the kid on.
Yes.
Game was getting away from him. He scores a great goal. Bournemouth, the first game of the season. Arsenal was late. This one at the weekend was late. It's not perfect. You don't, as a player and as a manager, you don't want it. It's lovely to be 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go and you can just control the game. That's the perfect scenario, but you don't win a league by doing that every week. It's just not going to happen. And grinding results out is what Arsenal are going. If Arsenal are the main contenders, and we think they are, they're going to have to grind results out this year.
Yes.
Not always going to be perfect. They're going to have to grind it out. And City the same. The big question is whether they can. But it's a good trait to have from a Liverpool perspective is that the machine is not that well oiled at the moment, but they're getting the results and they're getting the results late. So they're just keeping hammering at that door. And when you get back in that dressing room after you've ground away, it's almost like you're beating a team 3 or 4-0. Right. You just keep them going and you're hammering away. That's what Liverpool are doing at the moment.